Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Partyan, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS. Quick, I on television.
I don't have a TV in there.
We have Wi-Fi though.
We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone. You just have to download the app.
All right, hold on.
Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up and start over again.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Miss, I just starting now. I still gotta pay?
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up first at 6, the bribery and extortion case of former parliamentarian Frank Smith continued in court today. The country records yet another murder here in the capital. And a recent power outage at the General Post Office is raising more questions by union officials.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. A new report by the International Monetary Fund is suggesting government take additional action to reduce expense. Cleopatra Murphy has the details and the Minister of Finance's response.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Peter Turnquest, says there will be no additional terminations in the public service due to recommendations made in the latest report by the International Monetary Fund. But he indicated that government is doing its own reviews to rationalize hires and bring the civil service into order after excessive hiring by the Christie administration in the lead-up to the general election.
We have, as you would know, been trying to rationalize the new hires and those on contracts, those that we can move off of the public payroll in an orderly and a way that gives those persons involved a safe landing. We've been trying to do that. We continue to be cautious about hiring and trying to rationalize services, trying to move people around in the public service to ensure that we're getting value for money and that people are being productive and have a career path.
The IMF Article 4 report renewed the agency's call for government to reduce the size of the civil service by trimming the wage bill through a gradual rationalization of public sector jobs as private sector job creation strengthens and wage restraint. Since taking office, the Minnis administration has released contractual workers from several agencies with that intent. Questioned about how many more people will be released, the finance minister says several factors will determine that.
There are constantly reviews being done, that there are contracts that are coming to an end all the time. Some are being renewed, some are not, depending upon the needs of the various ministries and agencies. I suspect that will continue. What numbers we're talking about, I couldn't say. I mean, these are very careful decisions we make based upon human resources recommendation and the needs within these different ministries and agencies.
Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Minister Frankie Campbell says he believes the government has prepared well for the July 31st deadline for illegal shantytown dwellings to be evacuated. He was asked about his perception of how the government order was received among the largely Haitian communities who live there.
I'm pleased that the process that the government initiated is a collaborative one. It was not one done in isolation. Persons who are in the community were involved, Haitian leaders were involved, humanitarians, men and women of the cloth were involved, and it seemed as if due and timely notice has been given. And so I'm satisfied that, well, I'm satisfied that they ought not to have been living in those conditions in the first place. So I'm satisfied that there is a move to take us away from the situation where it appeared that we had two parallel societies existing in the Bahamas. I'm pleased that we're moving towards proper integration.
Former Public Hospitals Authority Chairman Frank Smith was back in court today for the continuation of his bribery and extortion trial. During the proceedings, the court heard from the prosecution's star witness, Barbara Hanna. Under cross-examination, Hanna told the court that she went to Smith's Village Road office on several occasions, counting out money in 50 and 100 notes. Hanna testified that the door was closed and Smith never signed anything to acknowledge receipt of the money, leaving her with no paper trail. Anna Mackey were rearranged in the Supreme Court today. Mackey was stabbed multiple times about the body at Key West Street. During today's proceedings, 20-year-old Thea Williams, 20-year-old Zaria Burrows, 19-year-old Devanya Lattis, 20-year-old Dervanique Edwards, and 2 juveniles pleaded not guilty to the murder charge. Bail was denied and a tentative trial date is set for July 30th. Investigations continue into a shooting outside a barbershop last night around 10 p.m. Police say the victim and others were in the front of the establishment on 4th Street, The Grove, when a gunman came out of a vehicle and fired shots. A male was hit and died on the scene. And still to come, members of the National Neighborhood Watch Council now better equipped to assist the police.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evil.
Red jeans, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are.
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive. Oh.
There's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evil.
Are your monthly bills coming in on top of your holiday bills? It's time for a change. Bundle your bills into one low-rate loan with Commonwealth Bank. Move your high-rate loans and credit card balances from other banks to a low-rate consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank. Less stress, less to pay, each and every month. Plus, the chance to win $5,000. So make a change. Get a consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank and pay less.
Accepted. You're always sharing everything. You share the umbrella, the weekend, the blanket, and even your favorite towel. We know that you always share, but not KFC's genuine big box, made fresh for only you, with 2 pieces of chicken, 2 spicy wings, coleslaw, fries, biscuit, a cookie, and a soda, all for just $10 including VAT. Easy to enjoy, hard to share.
The Department of Statistics has once again commenced its annual Business Establishment Survey, which seeks to collect data on the business's operations regarding employment, revenue, and expenses. The figures collected will determine each sector's contribution to our changing economy and the estimation of the gross domestic product of the Bahamas. All information collected will be used for statistical purposes only and held in the strictest of confidence. The Department of Statistics, calculating our nation's progress.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
Members of the National Neighborhood Watch Council now better equipped to assist the police. 53 of them completed training covering mobile patrolling and the responsibilities of a citizen in fighting crime. Minister of National Security, the Honorable Marvin Dane, says the program would engage communities and enhance their relationship with the police.
Kind of working around what should be some of the policy directions as we forge forward and addressing this crime problem that was spiraling out of control. We decided that we would adopt a multi-agency, a multi-ministerial approach to this problem. And hence, that's why we're here today.
Senior Assistant Commissioner of Police Stephen Dean on the impact of the National Neighborhood Watch Council.
It's a positive shot in the arm for crime in our country, crime prevention. We can see the crime minimizing, trending downward. Residents are actively involved. Like the minister has said, too often we have been planning without the residents. Now we have the participation of the residents.
President of the Bahamas Public Services Union, Kimsley Ferguson, says he needs to know when staff at the General Post Office will be relocated to the proposed new site at the Old Phil's Food Store on Gladstone Road. He suggested there has been no update since the old food store was announced as the new location for the facility. The union leader says he is concerned about the safety and well-being of his membership still working in previously condemned building on East Hill Street that has been triggered by power shortage at the mail facility Monday morning.
We have not been successful in getting an understanding from the minister as to how soon that is going to happen. We have made attempts to speak with the minister, not only made attempts, but we have actually spoken to him. His response to us was that he would meet with his management team and then the information would then be disseminated. That was unsatisfactory for us because we believe that the union should have been a stakeholder at the table in preparation for that move, and so we are going to continue to agitate in that regard.
Meantime, Transport Minister, the Honorable Frankie Campbell, gave an update on the relocation of the General Post Office, noting that his ministry is actively pursuing all possibilities to ensure staff are in a safe environment. But he says the move will come once government gains possession of that building.
It is only upon taking possession of the building that we will be able to go in and inspect and do a costing. It is only after the costing that the work will be done, and it is only after the work is done that we will move. But I think in earnest, people should be satisfied that there is a serious movement towards that, as opposed to where we may have been a year ago.
Bahamian urologist Dr. Gregory Pinto performing another pioneering surgery here in the Bahamas, implementing an artificial urethral stricture. He says this procedure treats moderate to severe stress urinary incontinence, mostly in male patients. Now, according to statistics, less than 8% of North American and European urologists can perform this surgery. The surgeon returned to the Bahamas last year and performed the same surgery on a 15-year prostate cancer survivor.
Hundreds, maybe even thousands of Bahamian men who have no control of their bladder because they have a non-functional sphincter muscle. And unfortunately, they either live their life on a catheter or they live their life on an adult diaper, which is no way to live. So the technology exists. It's a complex device. It's an expensive device. It might cost as much as $14,000, but it is an innovative device that's now available in the Bahamas. It's the second such operation that I've done that can give you your self-esteem, your confidence. You can be continent. So you don't have to be on the adult diapers, you don't have to be on a catheter, and you can have full activities without any worry about a leaking of urine at all.
Dr. Pinto says he's dedicated to training, traveling to South Africa, India, Germany, and France, working alongside prominent doctors who performed heart and penile transplants. He says he's happy to be able to provide such a service here in the Bahamas.
I've gone throughout the world to try to bring cutting-edge technology and innovative surgery to the Bahamas so that patients don't have to go to Cleveland Clinic. They don't have to go to Johns Hopkins. They don't have to travel abroad to get first-class cutting-edge technology in terms of urological service.
For the past 7 years, Sandilands Rehabilitation Center has held its annual Push-a-thon to promote healthy aging. The Rotary Club of Nassau has partnered with Sandilands Geriatric Unit by donating wheelchairs. President of the Rotary Club of East Nassau, Hope Seeley, says this year they gave 10 chairs to the Adolescent and Child Care Unit because of the great need.
We're happy to partner with Sandilands Adolescent and Child Care Center in donating 10 children's wheelchairs for their use, and this is done from the Rotary Club of East Nassau as a donation that we've partner with the Bahamas Association for the Physically Disabled with. And I'm going to let Bob say a little bit about that.
The donation that the Rotary gives Bahamas Association for the Physically Disabled, we buy about 110 wheelchairs and donate them to people in need in the Bahamas.
Three-time push-a-thon winner Winton Gator says he is grateful for the wheelchairs Sandilands received because it allows him to regain his independence.
When I reached Sandilands, I couldn't do most of the things I can do now. I'm really rehabilitated now. I can do just about everything for myself. So I am glad that I'm here in Sandilands, that I can do these things for myself. So I can go back home now any day and be a use around the home.
Stay with us. Sports is up next. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6.
That portion of the news was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
Food. It is as essential as air is to breathe and water is to drink. Food is life. But where does our food come from? The Bahamas has more than 2,000 farmers, but it's hardly enough to keep up with our growing population. Or is it? We traveled the nation to find out the answers to the questions everyone is asking. Can we grow enough fruit and vegetables? Can we raise enough sheep, goat, and chickens? Can we catch enough fish to feed a country with almost 400,000 people? Keep watching as we find out from the people who make it happen. Can we feed ourselves?
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Here's your first look at sports for Tuesday. In a couple of minutes, we will know exactly which team will get the top pick in the 2018 NBA Lottery Draft. The NBA Lottery is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. The Phoenix Suns have the best odds in the lottery, which is their reward for having the worst record in the league this season. Memphis Grizzlies, Dallas Mavericks, Atlanta Hawks, and Orlando Magic round out the top 5 teams. Bahamian DeAndre Ayton is expected to go in the first round as one of the top picks. Executives in the Bahamas Basketball Federation happy to know that Waltia Roll will be available to play on the women's national team that will compete in a regional qualifier next month. Roll is one of 2 female professionals. She is expected to lead the charge in the post.
This is the first practice today for me, but it's went pretty well. I mean, I guess over time, the more we practice, the better it'll get.
Practice been going pretty good so far. You know, we out here just encouraging each other, you know, because we got a goal that we're trying to meet, and we're trying to bring back home the goal.
The Best of 5 Championship Series in the New Providence Women's Basketball Association tips off tonight at the Donald Davis Gym. The pennant winners, the Bomber G Operators, will play the Cheaters in a rematch of last year's championship games. The game is scheduled to start at 7:30 p.m. For the first time in a very long time, veteran basketball coach Anthony Swaby will watch the championship series in the New Providence Women's Basketball Association from the sidelines. Swaby opted to coach the young Foxy Angels this year, allowing Donnie Culmer to coach the senior squad, the Bomber G Operators. The Angels were eliminated by the Operators on Friday night.
It's not about the winning anymore, because if you check the record, it'll be a long time before anyone could come close. But it's still working with young ladies and helping them get off the high school and into colleges. So that was the whole reason behind putting the young team together. Because the original Angels started in the same way, a group of young high school of all players that were just willing to work, I guess, harder than anyone else.
Algernon Cargill, president of the Bahamas Aquatic Federation, continues to brag about the accomplishments seen during his tenure. The most recent achievements include the Carifta Swimming Championships, the 4th in 5 years for Team Bahamas, the Water Polo Championships, and the times posted by swimmers at the Commonwealth Games.
Unprecedented. We are the only federation in the Bahamas as well as the Caribbean to win Carifta 4 out of the last 5 years, and that's not an easy feat. I can tell you, when I first became president of the federation, we were coming 5th and 6th in Carifta, and through our strategy and the hard work of our athletes and coaches, we're now able to claim the Carifta title 4 out of 5 times in the last 4 to 5 in the last 5 years. But the atmosphere is very positive, and the swimmers are all excited.
Another championship title is headed into the HO Nash Lions camp, thanks to their junior boys who defeated T.A. Thompson 15-3 on Monday to win the GSSA baseball crown.
It feels good, you know. Thank God again. 4 straight. All the hard work paid off, and you know, hopefully me and this guy go far in the future. And everybody hit well. We went around the bottom order a few times. He gave me a pitch and I eat it up. I was able to hit it out of the park. But other than that, everybody was able to feel good. They batted good. And, you know, overall, I just thank God for the win.
On the field tonight in the New Providence Softball Association are the Platinum Pool Sharks taking on Hennessy Panthers. They will play the first game, which will swing into action around 7:30 p.m. The feature game will pit the C&S Hitmen up against the Chances Mighty Mitts. Winning the first Sand Wars Beach Flag football tournament was the Assassins, who crushed Black Mambas 12-6. The Seven Seas Predators defeated the Warhawks 24-6.
Sand, the elements with the sand, and it's only 5-on-5, so definitely. You do it again? Yeah. Lose again? No. We want a rematch. But if I would do the beach football thing again, of course, yes.
That's your first look at sports. Don't go anywhere. There's more to come.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Yeah, child, I can ride this right on this rim. Y'all guess what? What? I ain't got no spare. Did they just get a jump from the hacker? Nah, this flat. Guess what, bruh? If you back around the corner of Wolf Road, there's a tire too. I go in there right now. No one look at Nosy Shirley. Get a shut up in my head in the back there. Stop making nerds. Hey, sweet boy, give me one of them tires. And while you at it, check this flat.
Epic Wolf Road now has tires too. Why not replace your tires on the weekend? Wolf Road is open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit us today.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Rugs, carpet tiles,
ceramic tiles, floor mats, even vinyl flooring. Find them all at Wright's Carpet Masters, located on Bernard Road. Let them cater to your home or your office needs, and you can choose from a variety of carpets, floor mats, cashmere, oriental rugs, and area rugs. And if you can't come to us, we will bring the business to you, offering free estimates and deliveries to the Family Islands. Wright's Carpet Masters will get it right for you. Located on Bernard Road, telephone number 364-1260.
BTC is giving the gift of rollover data, plus free unlimited WhatsApp calls, texts, pictures, and videos. Choose from our 1-day plan for $349, 7-day plan for $999, or a 15-day plan for only $29.99. We've even thrown in unlimited BTC to BTC calls and texts. Dial *203# to activate your plan today. Share every moment with BTC. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light, 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
Mentor. And when we live long enough to see them succeed, then we know that we have done a great thing, because that's what we're here for.
Once we get to the kids and we can get Jesus in their heart, then if only we affect one child, that child goes to school in the neighborhood where they might have at least 30 children in the class, and time they spread that good joy, that would be tremendous.
In Caribbean news this Tuesday, reggae artist Capleton was released on $250,000 Jamaican dollars bail after appearing in court on a rape charge this morning. The 51-year-old Jamaican entertainer, whose real name is Clifton Bailey, was ordered not to have any contact with the complainant as a condition of his bail release. However, Capleton, who has to perform at several overseas shows from May 25th to June 27th, will not have to surrender his travel documents. 2 days after the Electoral and Boundaries Commission defended the integrity of the electoral process and openly dismissed allegations of discrepancies on the preliminary voters list of just over 256,990 people, investigations by online newspaper Barbados Today have revealed over 500 irregularities, the majority of which affect 4 constituencies in St. Michael. However, errors were also identified in 27 of the 30 constituencies around that island. While chikungunya and Zika, which swept the region in 2014 and 2016, are not expected back anytime soon, the Caribbean Public Health Agency is warning residents to gear up for the possibility of a major outbreak of dengue fever in 2018. It says that's because the preconditions of abundant mosquito vector levels still exist, and increased levels of dengue are being reported in Latin America and elsewhere.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, the area of low pressure in the Gulf of Mexico will continue to advect tropical moisture over the northwest and central islands through Wednesday, and that will, through Friday, pardon me, and that will crank up occasional showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be heavy at times. But outside of our studios, we have partly sunny skies, temperature 81 degrees, a relative humidity 73%. The winds are out of the south at 12 miles per hour, your barometric pressure 1,016.0 millibars, that is 30.03 inches, and it is steady. That's going to do it for your first look at weather at 6. Stay tuned, more weather is still to come.
Thanks, Basil, and that's a look at news in the Bahamas tonight, first at 6. But don't you move. News from the Northern Bahamas is up next.
Grand Bahama is now the island's latest traffic fatality victim. Rental car owners forming an association, we will tell you why. And a high school student promoting the country in a positive way.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll-Parkinson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, one man is dead, another is seriously injured following a traffic mishap on the Warren J. Lavarity Highway last night. As Kimberly Mullings tells us, the men are visitors to this island.
Shortly after 11 p.m., ZNS News was alerted of a traffic accident occurring on Warren J. Lavarity Highway in Freeport, claiming the life of one adult male. Superintendent of Police Jeremy Henfield provided details on the scene.
A group of pedestrians who were just visiting the island while their ship was being repaired at the Grand Bahama Shipyard, had visited a local establishment here on the island for recreation and was on their way back to the shipyard when this incident would have occurred.
When ZNS arrived on the scene, police had sectioned off the area, restricting traffic to begin their initial investigations. Reports say a Great Plymouth Voyager allegedly plowed into the group of men as they were crossing the Warren J. Lavarity Highway, hitting 4 of them. One man died at the scene, and the other 3 men were taken to hospital. One of them sustained serious injuries and is said to be in critical condition. ZNS News has learned that the men are Indonesian crew members on board a vessel docked at the Grand Bahama Shipyard.
The driver stayed at the scene. Our investigators are speaking with him at this time. We're not going to release any name at this time.
The body of the deceased was taken away around 1 a.m. after police wrapped up their initial investigations, and the Warren J. Lavarity Highway was reopened to the public a short time after. Superintendent Henfield noting that poor lighting along that major highway may have contributed to the fatal accident.
Definitely lighting in this accident would have played a factor in it. You know, along the street there's not much lighting and very minimal and very dim. And definitely that would have been a factor in this accident. But initially, again, we're still in stages. We have to look at 1 or 2 different avenues, speak to 1 or 2 more persons, and then we'll be able to determine basically what would have happened.
This incident marked the 4th traffic death for the year on Grand Bahama. Henfield is advising motorists once again to drive with care to avoid traffic accidents like this one.
We know persons normally use this roadway to get back and forth to 8 Mile Rock, this being the only roadway, you know, in quick time. And so again, we appeal to those persons to please slow down. Especially when you're coming into the area where you know they have business establishments opening, you know persons may be walking the streets. We've been asking or appealing to the public to drive with extreme caution and care, especially along this roadway here where we know that it's dark and there's minimum lighting. So we're asking you to drive at a speed that is comfortable where you can see.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
A police motorcyclist is recuperating tonight from injuries sustained during a traffic mishap this afternoon in the area of the downtown fruit and vegetable market. Police say their initial investigations reveal that the female cyclist was in the process of overtaking a vehicle, but that vehicle then attempted to make a turn, resulting in the female officer being knocked off that motorcycle. She was taken to hospital where she was treated for bumps and bruises and discharged. Investigations are continuing. In other news, safety on the streets is one of the issues facing car rental owners on Grand Bahama. This group of local business owners say they are fed up and frustrated and have formed an association so that their voices can be heard loud and clear. Megan Shepard has more.
Nearly 15 car rental companies on Grand Bahama are coming together to form the Car Rental Owners Association, a body formed to discuss the challenges they face in the industry and to speak as a united voice. Owner of D's Car Rental, Darren Cooper, says the intent is also to present their concerns to the government.
In the franchise industry, we have public bus operators, private charters, and taxi operators are given an exemption from the government as relates to them bringing in their vehicles, and that is not offered to us as car rental owners. And so we want to be able to approach the government to see if we can get that offered or that exemption offered as well to the car rental industry. We are in the same industry offering service to foreigners, and we are mandated to keep our products at a certain level.
He says the formation of this group will help to protect businesses through a new network.
Persons will come to my business, rent a car, create damages or rack up a huge bill, and then they will go on down to Brad's Car Rental and they will do the same thing, and then they will move on and move on. We want to be able as an association to stop that. And so when you come to D's and you create a bill, you're going to be what we call blacklisted. And so you won't be able to go to any other car rental on the island to do what you have done at D's. We'll be able to work together as an industry to be able to crack down on a lot of the challenges that we are faced with.
General Manager of IslandCarRentals.com, Harold Williams, adding that those persons that operate illegal car rental businesses are also a major concern. He is sending a warning to persons that continue to patronize these persons.
We want to send a warning to customers who are renting vehicles from these blue plate operators that they're taking a risk. If you look at the insurance on those certificates, it will tell you that those vehicles are not for hire. And so therefore, you're putting yourself at jeopardy. And so therefore, if you want to risk yourselves, then continue to rent vehicles from these illegal operators.
Bonnie Comer of Brad's Car Rental says the problem even extends beyond the locals.
We have no problem with competition. We all pull together. We all help each other. As long as everyone's playing on the same level of ball field, we cannot compete with people that are not paying franchise fees, not paying government fees, not paying Port Authority license fees, and the high insurance rates. Not only Bahamians are doing this, we also have Americans doing it. I had actually caught someone red-handed. I had immigration set up a sting. They watched the whole process of the car rental go down, money exchange, car key exchange. They were kept overnight, let go the next day, and said they didn't have enough hard evidence. So we're just trying to pull together to stop all of this nonsense that's going on so that we can run our businesses the right way.
The group is inviting all persons that have registered franchises under the Road Traffic Department from east to west to attend a nomination and voting meeting on May 17th at the Flamingo Restaurant. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
There is a new administrator heading the Bimini Local Government District. This appointment coming after the resignation of Administrator Cade Williamson, who resigned several weeks ago amid some controversy. Italia Hall explains.
Last year, September, Cade Williamson was appointed as the island administrator for the island of Bimini, but according to reports, she no longer holds the post. Social media reports allege that she may have been pushed out of the position. Minister of Transport and Local Government, the Honorable Frankie Campbell, is refuting the social media claims and says he was not aware of any concerns Williamson may have had while serving in that position.
As I transferred a number of administrators, and subsequent to the transfer, I was here for one or two functions. There were no major complaints from the administrator, but as human beings, as individuals, we have certain rights that we will exercise. I received information that the administrator resigned. I, as the minister, accept the resignation. I wish the administrator well in her future endeavors. I thank her for the time that she's put in and the service that she's given to the communities where she's served, and we move on.
As a result of her resignation, the minister says that he has recently transferred Administrator Brenda Colebrook from Andros to Bimini to fill the position as the Deputy Director of Local Government. Colebrook is no stranger to the island. She once served as an administrator in Bimini more than a decade.
Mrs. Colebrook is here holding on to ensure that Biminites get the necessary administrative services that they deserve, but her substantive position will be in New Providence as the Deputy Director.
He says that the government is focused on succession planning.
In order to ensure that as people move on, or if there is any illness, that the business of the people continues, we are ensuring that we put in place the necessary human resources to ensure continuity.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
And don't forget the Grand Bahama Homecoming Committee hosting its first concert of 2017 this Saturday. And tonight you can win a free ticket just by answering this really easy question. So here it is. Where was Tyrus Riley born? If you have the answer to this question, you can just simply log on to our Facebook page, ZNS Bahamas Northern Service. Be the first to answer and we will announce the winner at the end of tonight's newscast. Also, don't forget you could win the grand prize of a spot in the ZNS Skybox by just uploading a video with you singing your favorite Tyrus Riley song on our Facebook page. Once again, that's ZNS Bahamas Northern Service. The grand prize winner will be announced on Friday. Good luck. Tonight's winner will be announced at the end of this newscast. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition continues in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
Rain or shine, there's one place that you can always depend on for emergency hurricane supplies or everyday items. Whether it's Ace Hardware, Housewares and Paint, or furniture and accessories from Rooms to Go, or Radio Shack Electronics. The one place that carries Craftsman tools, tablets, routers, computer networking supplies, generators, and so much more is right around the corner on Queens Highway. That place is Dolly Madison Home Center. Rain or shine. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Come on down now.
She wants to be like
It's the Grand Bahama Homecoming on Saturday, May 19th. Starring the hitmaker, the culture and lovers rock king, Tyrus Riley.
Tyrus Riley.
Doing all his hits. Live on stage, Saturday, May 19th at Gombe Park, International Bazaar, Freeport, Bahamas. It's the Grand Bahama Homecoming. It's Monday weekend. Purchase your early bird special tickets now. General admission $20. VIP $35. All access $60. Purchase tickets at all Fluid Factory locations. Brought to you by Alive.
Oh, Tyrus.
Bahamas massive, Freeport to be exact. It's the year singer Tyrus Riley, and do remember, May 19th, that's where it's at, Tyrus Riley. Homecoming vibes, homecoming celebration. I know the Bahamas is just like home. Sing it, we'll be there. 19th of May, sing some nice, should be a nice place. Sing, salute.
More Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
She wants to be like
It's the Grand Bahama Homecoming on Saturday, May 19th. Starring the hitmaker, the culture and lovers rock king, Tyrus Riley.
Tyrus Riley.
Doing all his hits. Live on stage, Saturday, May 19th at Gombe Park, International Bazaar, Freeport, Bahamas. It's the Grand Bahama Homecoming. It's Monday weekend. Purchase your early bird special tickets now. General admission $20. VIP $35. All access $60. Purchase tickets at all Fluid Factory locations. Brought to you by Alive.
Oh, Tyrus.
Bahamas massive, Freeport to be exact. It's the year singer Tyrus Riley, and do remember, May 19th, that's where it's at, Tyrus Riley. Homecoming vibes, homecoming celebration. I know the Bahamas is just like home. Sing it, we'll be there. 19th of May, sing some nice, should be a nice place. Sing, salute.
Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back, and now to our Generation Y report. Tonight we will feature a high school student who is going above and beyond. She recently received an award that she says has motivated her to promote the country in a positive way. Italia Hall reports.
Hurricane is coming, you better batten down. Hurricane is coming, it's so big and strong.
The 11th grade student of the 8 Mount Rock High School, Keturah Clark, has captured the second-place title as the Junior Minister of Tourism. Couture went up against a number of students in Grand Bahama for the preliminary competition, where she spoke on health and wellness in the Bahamas before going to New Providence to compete.
My heart was racing. At first, I was kind of like a little sad that it didn't got first place, but I was still very happy because I made it thus far, and I was already a winner from being a winner in Grand Bahama. So coming to Nassau and hearing that I got second place, it really excited me and really know that I could do this more often and I could win and just go for it.
The winning speech she presented to the judges in Nassau was based on sustainable tourism.
Phil Stubbs' rendition of Hurricanes highlights one of the greatest threats to the longevity of our tourism industry: natural disasters. Oh, my fellow Bahamians, we thought that only ZNS covered the Bahamas like the sun. But in 2004, Hurricanes Jane and Francis showed Grand Bahamians a new covering. Battered, bruised, but not broken. Could the solution to this problem lie in our ability to prepare, respond, and recover from the storm? I wholeheartedly agree.
She says going forward, she wants to do her part as a young person to help the industry grow, and she thinks others should do the same.
Well, tourism is the bread and butter of the country. It is the goose that lays the golden egg. And a lot of young people need to learn about tourism so that when they grow up, they'll be able to do their part as young people to help this industry to grow, because tourism is our #1 industry. So we need to try our best to keep this going, keep it running, and help the Bahamas a lot.
The Total Education Center doing their part to further the education of young people on the island. This week is being celebrated as Technical Education Awareness Week, and a number of special events will be held. Co-founder of TEC, Fred Delancey, says on Wednesday, a roundtable discussion will take place along with industry representatives to discuss jobs, careers within the technical field.
We have to create for you what is called, in our language, cognitive dissonance. Piaget calls it cognitive dissonance. That means we have to create a discomfort for you in the learning environment. Why do we choose to make you uncomfortable in the learning environment? Because we know that it is out of that discomfort that learning emerges. And so I don't want you to take it for granted when your teacher creates a disturbance in your life by challenging you with something that you may find that's a little bit too hard. Or when a teacher pushes you to the next level because they see what's inside of you and they see that you can do greater and you can do better. So do not despise the disturbances that teachers are making in your life every single day.
Now, we do apologize for playing that wrong soundbite, but once again, this week is being celebrated as Technical Education Awareness Week, and a number of special events will be held. As we told you earlier, co-founder of TEC, Fred Delancey, says on Wednesday, a roundtable discussion will take place.
For display and exhibition of the various products, services, jobs, and careers available here as well. That's Wednesday. On Thursday, the Deputy Prime Minister, Norma K. Peter Turnquest, Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, I suppose, and the Minister of Finance will address a cross-section of the Grand Bahama community, including the industry, family, and friends, and churches, and basically everybody will be addressed on the topic, the role of government, industry, and the community in the further development of our children, preparing them for the future.
Now, he says that there are young people who want jobs, but the country must do a better job of equipping them with the education that they need. He says this week will mark the revolution in technical education.
Tech Prep program on Saturdays. It's a free program for junior and senior high students. They come here every Saturday morning from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and they will be involved in free technical classes, mostly practical in nature and hands-on. Also, they're participating in field trips, technical workshops and seminars, also community service programs along with sports and recreation. I am happy to report that every Saturday for the past 5 Saturdays, students have been coming, and the Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, the Deputy Prime Minister, has bought into this program, and he sponsors his children every Saturday, bring them here, take them back every Saturday. They're having a wonderful experience.
Now, for more information, you can contact Fred Delancey at 727-1274. Switching gears now, the month of May is recognized internationally as Cancer Awareness Month, and the Cancer Society of the Bahamas Grand Bahama Branch is doing its part to promote public education on various forms of the disease. Tonight, the local branch will host a forum at the Kevin Tomlinson Performing Arts Center at 7 p.m. Branch President Lauren Miller.
We're inviting all persons to come and be informed about the different types of cancers. We have 3 doctors slated for that event. So we want persons to come out and be informed. This is a free admission to the public. So we just want them to come out and be educated about the different types of cancer. We also have the Lions Club on board with us at the forum, who's going to be doing a healthy lifestyle corner. So everything is totally free. So we was just asking the public to come out and be informed. We have pamphlets for you to read up on, as well as vital information pertaining to cancer.
The Cancer Society will also be hosting its 3rd annual Fashion and Silent Auction Variety Show, which Miller says will be a spectacular event for all.
That's our only fundraiser for the month of May, and we want this to be a success. So we're asking persons to come out and just have a good time with us. We have some beauty queens who's going to be modeling for us this year. We have live community dancers. We have Mr. Carvin Ferguson, who's going to be doing a dance. We have Miss Africa Miller, who's going to be doing the violin. So we have a different variety this year.
Now, the show will be held at the Wallace Groves Auditorium on Saturday, May 26th. And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Hi and welcome. Kara asked, Dr. Pratt, recently I've been experiencing chest pain and I've been coughing up yellow-green mucus. What's causing this? Thanks for your question, Kara. It seems that you're experiencing symptoms of bronchitis and inflammation of your bronchi, or the large passages from your mouth that lead to your lungs. There are 2 types of bronchitis, acute and chronic bronchitis. Acute bronchitis normally comes on quickly and gets better after several weeks, whereas chronic bronchitis keeps coming back and lasts for long periods of time, especially for those who smoke. It's most likely that you are suffering from symptoms of acute bronchitis, which is typically caused by viruses. Chronic bronchitis, on the other hand, is usually caused by smoking cigarettes. Common signs and symptoms include coughing, which may produce clear, yellow, or green mucus, wheezing, tightness or pain in your chest, shortness of breath, and low-grade fever. Most cases of acute bronchitis resolve on its own after about 1 to 2 weeks. If symptoms don't resolve, your doctor may prescribe antibiotics and a cough medicine. On the other hand, those with chronic bronchitis would benefit from pulmonary rehabilitation, which is a breathing exercise program where you would learn how to breathe more easily and increase your ability to exercise. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us. Ricardo Lightborn has a check on sports when we come back.
Versus New School Fair Fest, Friday, May 18th from Air Lounge Grounds, Queens Highway. Gates open at 6, admission free before 8.
She wants to be like
It's the Grand Bahama Homecoming on Saturday, May 19th. Starring the hitmaker, the culture and lovers rock king, Tarrus Riley.
Tarrus Riley.
Doing all his hits.
I'm sorry that
Live on stage, Saturday, May 19th at Gombe Park, International Bazaar, Freeport, Bahama. It's the Grand Bahama Homecoming with Monday weekend. Purchase your early bird special tickets now. General admission $20. VIP $35. All access $60. Purchase tickets at all Fluid Factory locations. Brought to you by Alive.
Oh, Tarrus.
Bahamas massive, Freeport to be exact. It's the year singer Tarrus Riley, and do remember, May 19th, that's where it's at, Tarrus Riley. Homecoming vibes, homecoming celebration. I know the Bahamas is just like home. See? Sing it, sing it. We'll be there 19th of May. sing some nice shit, very nice place. See? Salute.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Mo Davis Beauty Zone. Be beautiful, be you. Located at number 1 Britannia Mini Mall, Caravelle Beach.
Welcome to Sports at Mercado Light Point. We start with baseball. The Grand Bahama Little League into the championship round to the American Baseball Stadium. Let's go. The start all Lions and Playtime Sports Bucks into Junior League play, and this one is a strikeout. The Lions batter in the box, and the Bucks ace through a wicked curveball that sent the batter to the dugout. Next batter in the box, the Bucks pitcher went to the slider, and at strikeout number 2. The Lions batter then shortened up and swung here. The ground ball goes to the right side, and there's a race to the bag, and he's called out by the umpire. Playtime Sports down 2-1 now, needing a run, the ground ball, and a third baseman with the bullet of a throw to first. 5-3 for scoring. That's an out. Next batter in the box, a 2-2 count. Here we go. He goes hacking for the K. 2 outs and 1 for the Lion to win. They go to the wicked curveball again, and that is your out. The Statoil Lions scored the Playtime Sports 2-1, and also the big league game, FES Construction Predators and the Piranhas all played to a 2-2 tie. On the small field, the Buccaneers and MSC Shippers in a minor league affair. Well, the Sluggers had the game, and watch the runners here will now sneak in and score on the play. The Shippers batting. The ball's going to pop up to second baseman. That's an out. Next batter will then step in. The shot to the left side. It goes into left field, and there the runners are moving on to play. The Bucks defense simply having some issues, and they will give up another run on the play. The next batter, that's another base hit to left center field. MSC Shippers with their momentum, trying to avoid the sweep by the Bucks, was moving on the base hit. You see the Bucks took game 1, 22-10, and up 16-6 in game 2. The MSC Shippers held on for the win, forcing a game 3, and that's for the minor league title. Turn now to soccer, the Championship Soccer League completing week 7 of play at the YMCA soccer pitch. Barcelona came from behind to defeat Barroso Dortmund 3-2 in men's play. Real Madrid defeating Chelsea 4-3. In the ladies' side of things, Real Madrid closed at Barcelona 2-0 was the score. From the Arthur Powers Marinab High School soccer play, the Canada National Junior Girls over Sunland 2-0. The senior girls standing heading into the playoffs for Wednesday. The Canada Nationals got 19 points. Bishop Michael Eldon with 14. Tabernacle right there as well. They've got some 14 points, and Sunland with 13 points to boot. Well, the 9th edition of the Winners Circle Fishing Tournament was held at Old Bahama Bay, and what an exciting event for the anglers, and all looking forward to year 20. 24 boats fished the Circle One Charity Invitational Tournament at Old Bahama Bay Resort in West End. Former Major League Baseball player Mike Smith said it was touch and go there, but the weather, as far as the anglers, all had a great time.
It's their 19th year, most of them with Old Bahama Bay. We have a great partnership with the resort here. And next year will be our 20th, big celebration next year, our 20th year. We've raised over $2 million for our charities, and we're happy people.
The Winners Circle is an invitational, and the anglers have participated like a family, says Mike. That makes the tournament kind of special.
We have a really good family here of people. That's really what it is. It's kind of a boutique tournament, if you will. It's not put out to the public. We keep the same people coming every year. We add a new boat every now and then. I think we got 4 new boats this year, which is nice. And everybody knows everybody. It's kind of a gathering once a year for everybody. So I have a ball with it. I don't fish anymore. I don't have a boat. I come in on Friday and spend some time with the people, and MC the dinner tonight. So we'll be giving a check for probably over $150,000 to our 3 charity partners.
The Miss LTD Great Escape won the tournament. They landed a 115.2-pound tuna, a 23-pound dolphin, 99-pound wahoo. They totaled 327 points. Second place goes to Honky Tonk at 117.2, and also Plum Crazy was third. They had 91.1 points. Turn out of golf, Rudy Walker's on the links. On Monday, Marcus Hill shot a 1 under par, 35 to rack up 3 points. Fenton Skillet Russell and Greg Bowe both at 39 on the day. Hanford Bain leads the tour at 26 points and Marcus Hill at 19. And Skillet now sitting at 17.5 points. Let's look at your sports.
Since we met, baby, no need for running around. Looks like you cool me down. You cool me down, girl.
Welcome to Jags International. We have Celebration, Balearia, FRS, Bahamas Air, Hotel, car vouchers now on sale.
Girls, I tried book my ticket online with them ferry. Them so complicated, they asking for too much.
That's why I stick to Jags. No agency fees or booking fees. Cash and credit, all the same. Blow deals and spectacular services with a smile.
Yes, that's Jags. Your one-stop shop to Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Miami.
We even offer cheap car rental vouchers to all our thrifty Hertz and VIP service.
Book now with Jags and get their $5 discount card. And don't forget the super sales going on.
The Grand Bahama Homecoming Committee brings you Tarrus Riley live in concert Saturday, May 19th, Gombe Park International Bazaar. Don't you miss it.
Well, Mrs. Armenia Cornish, you are tonight's winner, so come by the station and pick up your ticket along with some identification. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shoshana Wolf-Farquharson. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, the IMF's latest input on jobs numbers in the public service. Also ahead, the star witness in the Frank Smith extortion trial tells a court why there's no paper trail for large payments to the former senator. And the union intervenes again as a post office outage ignites new concerns about safety. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
The IMF wants more done to meet fiscal benchmarks. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keish Latterly, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Topping news tonight, a new report by the International Monetary Fund is suggesting government take additional action to reduce expenses. Cleopatra Murphy has details of the report and how the Minister of Finance is responding.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Peter Turnquest, says there will be no additional terminations in the public service due to recommendations made in the latest report by the International Monetary Fund. But he indicated that government is doing its own reviews to rationalize hires and bring the civil service into order after excessive hiring by the Christie administration in the lead-up to the general election.
We have, as you would know, been trying to rationalize the new hires and those on contracts, those that we can move off of the public payroll in an orderly and a way that gives those persons involved a safe landing. We've been trying to do that. We continue to be cautious about hiring and trying to rationalize services, trying to move people around in the public service to ensure that we're getting value for money and that people are being productive and have a career path.
The IMF Article 4 report renewed the agency's call for government to reduce the size of the civil service by trimming the wage bill through a gradual rationalization of public sector jobs as private sector job creation strengthens and wage restraint. Since taking office, the Minnis administration has released contractual workers from several agencies with that intent. Questioned about how many more people will be released, the finance minister says several factors will determine that.
There are constantly reviews being done, that there are contracts that are coming to an end all the time. Some are being renewed, some are not, depending upon the needs of the various ministries and agencies. I suspect that will continue. What numbers we're talking about, I couldn't say. I mean, these are very careful decisions we make based upon human resources recommendation and the needs within these different ministries and agencies.
The IMF also suggested that commercial banking services on the Family Islands were unsustainable. Turnquest says operations of physical institutions are costly for banks when Family Islanders rarely borrow, but he says they need access to financial services.
We are looking at a number of possible solutions to that. Primarily using electronic banking means to reduce the overheads of these institutions. We're also encouraging the Family Island communities to support their local institutions.
The Minister of Finance says government is encouraging digital banking to make island communities primarily cashless and will invest in technology to improve the ease of doing business. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Transport Minister Frankie Campbell says he believes the government has prepared well for the July 31st deadline for illegal shantytown dwellings to be evacuated. He was asked about his perception of how the government order was received among the largely Haitian residents who live there.
I'm pleased that the process that the government initiated is a collaborative one. It was not one done in isolation. Persons who are in the community were involved, Haitian leaders were involved, humanitarians, men and women of the cloth were involved, and it seemed as if due and timely notice has been given. And so I'm satisfied that, well, I'm satisfied that they ought not to have been living in those conditions in the first place. So I'm satisfied that there is a move to take us away from the situation where it appeared that we had two parallel societies existing in the Bahamas. I'm pleased that we're moving towards proper integration.
Police have turned out the first graduates of a National Neighborhood Watch Council. The goal of the body is to help the community monitor itself and partner with police to make their neighborhoods safer places to live, as DeAndre Williamson tells us.
The government is making more strides in the fight against crime. 53 persons graduated from the inaugural National Neighborhood Watch Council program at the Police Training College.
We were kind of working around what should be some of the policy directions as we forge forward and addressing this crime problem that was spiraling out of control. We decided that we would adopt a multi-agency, a multi-ministerial approach to this problem. And hence, that's why we're here today.
The one-week program covered a wide range of topics such as mobile patrolling and the responsibilities of a citizen in fighting crime. This is a program that engages communities and enhances their relationships with police.
Important tool in the crime fight is the citizen. And any police organization anywhere, if you ignore the role of the citizen, you're doomed to fail. And this is what a program like this kind of sets out. You know, that we need the citizenry if we're going to be successful in our fight against crime.
The National Neighborhood Watch Council promotes safer communities and is already reaping results. Here's how.
It's a positive shot in the arm for crime in our country, crime prevention. We can see the crime minimizing, trending downward. Residents are actively involved. Like the minister has said, too often we have been planning without the residents. Now we have the participation of the residents.
Graduates say the information received from the training will be useful in advancing their neighborhood crime watch.
It's so important for the citizens to step up and to learn that when you see something, don't be afraid. Pick up the phone, call the police, let them know this is what's going on, this is what's happening, and we learned that they have a safe and secure environment where you don't have to be afraid of the perpetrator being told, oh, Verna told me.
It's very important to know who is in your community, try and keep track
without keeping track, and be available and able to assist the police with whatever questions are possible.
For ZNS Network News, I'm DeAndre Williamson.
Well, still ahead tonight, the star witness in the Frank Smith bribery and extortion trial under cross-examination today. And the barbershop shooting ending in tragedy. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, your news leader.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell & Leaded, designed for extra miles.
This is the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is Commonwealth Bank. And no matter how, no matter where, no matter what, Commonwealth Bank is here for you. Commonwealth Bank, everything we do it for you.
Every day you wake up with the world in the palm of your hand. Making connections and creating memories and sharing them with the people you care about. Every day the world is at your fingertips, and you can experience every blockbuster movie in stunning HD and top 100 Billboard music hit with the touch of a button. Every day, your family and friends are important to you, and staying in touch no matter where you are in the Bahamas or the world is your #1 priority. And that's why, every day for over 100 years, BTC has been there to ensure that every Bahamian has the best connection to the world. We cover every island, rock and key, regardless of the cost. This is BTC Country.
Accepted. You're always sharing everything. You share the umbrella, the weekend, the blanket, and even your favorite towel. We know that you always share, but not KFC's genuine big box, made fresh for only you, with 2 pieces of chicken, 2 spicy wings, coleslaw, fries, biscuit, a cookie, and a soda, all for just $10 including VAT. Easy to enjoy, hard to share.
This was George not too long ago. George had a lot of debt. He wasn't very happy. Then, one day, a friend told George about Bank of the Bahamas' Fresh Start Debt Consolidation Loan, how he could consolidate up to $75,000 of debt into one loan with a single payment. Now this is George. With the extra money freed up each month, he can save towards his goals and enjoy life a little. Apply for your Fresh Start today. From BOB, your bank of solutions.
At Pizza Hut, your first topping is free.
We having Pizza Hut tonight!
Flavor up for free at Pizza Hut. Get your first topping free when you order any large custom pizza. Make tonight pizza night with a deal as craveable as the pizza. Call 603-3333 or order online at pizzahutnassau.com today. Pizza Hut Saunders Beach and Prince Charles Drive for the love of pizza.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
The star witness in the Frank Smith extortion trial under cross-examination today. Fern Carey tells us tonight why she says there was no paper trail.
During cross-examination, the lead attorney in Frank Smith's bribery and extortion case, Daniel Knight QC, continued to attack the credibility of the prosecution's star witness, businesswoman Barbara Hanner. Mr. Knight asked Mrs. Hanner if she knew someone named Edgar Hanner, to which she responded that he is a husband whom she's known for over 20 years. However, the Queen's Counsel reminded Hanner that when he asked her back on November 30th of last year if she knew who Edgar Hanner was, Hanner said she didn't recall. He then suggested that Hanner is not a truthful person. That did not sit well with Hanner, who responded that she is indeed truthful. She then told the court that she gave Smith $5,000 in cash, saying, quote, "The bad part is he did not sign and I do not have a paper trail," end quote. Hannah also testified that she went to Frank Smith's Village Road office, where his family business is located, 3 days after her check cleared, to present him with an envelope of money. She said only she and Smith were in his office and the door was closed while she counted out the money for him in $50 and $100 bills. Smith, a former chairman of the Public Hospitals Authority, is facing a former chairman of the Public Hospitals Authority, is facing 15 criminal charges in connection with the matter due to his alleged solicitation of $65,000 in bribes from Hannah, whom he allegedly assisted in getting a contract.
Well, cross-examination continued this afternoon in the Frank Smith bribery and extortion case. Smith's lead attorney, Daniel Knight QC, questioned the witness, Barbara Hannah, as to whether she discussed evidence with a police officer after signing a statement on July 3rd of 2017. Hannah said no, but she expressed at times that she didn't understand the questions Knight was asking and requested further clarification. Hannah says she was called to see Assistant Commissioner Paul Roll and spoke briefly with him. She says the conversation lasted for about 15 to 20 minutes and he referred her to another police officer. Knight asked her if the conversation was about the case and Hannah said yes. The matter has been adjourned to 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Well, the 6 young women accused of killing 19-year-old Brianna Mackey were rearraigned in the Supreme Court today. Mackey was stabbed multiple times about the body at Key West Street. During today's proceedings, 20-year-old Thea Williams, 20-year-old Zaria Burrows, 19-year-old Devanya Ladas, 20-year-old Devernique Edwards, and 2 juveniles pleaded not guilty to the murder charge. Bail was denied and a tentative trial date set for July 30th. A man is dead after being shot overnight while standing with a group of men outside a local barbershop. We're told the victim was with others when someone passed by on 4th Street opening fire. The gunman exited that vehicle, hit one of the victims who was pronounced dead at the scene. An investigation is underway. Well, the search is on tonight for a missing boy. 13-year-old Shane McDonald, last known address is Palmetto Street. Shane is described as having a dark brown complexion, is of slim build, and stands 4 feet 9 inches tall. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Shane McDonald is asked to contact police at telephone numbers 502-9991 or 502-9992. Well, from the nation's second city tonight, a man is dead and another in hospital in serious condition following a traffic fatality on the island late last night. A male pedestrian is dead after he was struck by a vehicle. Police say just after 11 o'clock they were called to the Warren J. Lavarity Highway to an accident involving 2 male pedestrians and a gray Plymouth Voyager driven by a man. One of the pedestrians died on the scene while the other victim was taken to the Rand Memorial Hospital, where he remains in serious condition tonight. Investigations continue. Well, a recent incident at the General Post Office has the president of the Bahamas Public Services Union calling for answers, while the minister with responsibility is expressing his disappointment, but says the government is addressing staff and the union's concerns. Cleopatra Murphy has the story.
President of the Bahamas Public Services Union, Kimsley Ferguson, says he needs to know when staff at the General Post Office will be relocated to the proposed new site at the old Phil's Food Store on Gladstone Road. He suggested there has been no update since the new location was announced for the facility. The union leader says he is concerned about the safety and well-being of his membership still working at the previously condemned building on East Hill Street that has now been exacerbated by a power shortage that occurred at the mill facility on Monday morning.
We have not been successful in getting an understanding from the minister as to how soon that is going to happen. We have made attempts to speak with the minister, not only made attempts, but we have actually spoken to him. His response to us was that he would meet with his management team and then the information would then be disseminated. That was unsatisfactory for us because we believe that the union should have been a stakeholder at the table in preparation for that move. And so we are going to continue to agitate in that regard.
Minister of Transport, the Honorable Frankie Campbell, gave an update on the relocation of the General Post Office, noting that his ministry is actively pursuing all possibilities to ensure staff are in a safe environment, but he says the move will come once government gains possession of that building.
It is only upon taking possession of the building that we will be able to go in and inspect and do a costing. It is only after the costing that the work will be done. And it is only after the work is done that we will move. But I think in earnest, people should be satisfied that there is a serious movement towards that, as opposed to where we may have been a year ago.
Government is awaiting a letter of possession before it can acquire files for the new post office. The minister says the Ministry of Works has been at the General Post Office since the electrical problem and has determined there is no fire hazard. Asked how soon postal workers can expect to move from the facility once the new location is ready, he gave this response.
Mindful that I am the client, mindful that it is not the Ministry of Transport and Local Government that's going to do the work, that I will have to rely on another ministry, I will not give a timeline, because if somebody else doesn't do what they promised to do, then I turn out to be the liar. I've had that experience before.
Following Monday's power outage, operating hours at the post office have been adjusted to 8:30 a.m. until noon till further notice. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Chairman of the Bahamas Maritime Authority, Denise Lewis Johnson, says this Maritime Week, the authority took a national approach in their effort to educate Bahamians about the opportunities within the lucrative industry. She says students and residents in the Family Islands were not left out, as similar exercises took place on many of those islands. At the closing out Maritime Luncheon at Luciano's restaurant recently, the BMA chairman revealed why providing information to young Bahamians about the industry is so important.
That was critical. Not only is it our statutory mandate, but we realized as the third pillar of our economy that a lot of our citizens were unaware of the opportunities. And so this year's focus was educating and preparing maritime for the next generation. And so we targeted our youth. We went into schools. We actually went into the primary schools and we took them on cruise ships so that the seeds could be planted. We then went to junior high schools just before the decision-making time came, so that our cadet program starts at grade 10. We focused on grade 9 students, grade 7 and grade 8, so that they were aware. But we also reached out to high schools.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scatterly. Grand Bahama Power Company's revamped website aims to provide customers with greater efficiency and security following its May 1st launch. GBPC has evolved its online services in line with technology advances, including a new payment portal for customers who pay their bills online. Improvements include a swifter bill payment process, immediate credit to accounts when payments are made, and multiple account capabilities. In other business news, a Bahamian entrepreneur is aiming to launch a website and mobile app that will promote all activities the Bahamas has to offer locals and visitors alike. Evos Bahamas' President Sherwin Johnson says he hopes to unveil the Bahamas nightlife website and mobile app by summer 2018. Johnson confirmed that businesses that sign up for a small fee will be allowed to add events, promotions, and features to an integrated calendar that will allow internet and app users to select activity by data category, location, and time. The website and mobile app also has a dedicated product and services page for other businesses. He's estimating that the site and app, once up, will get more than 270,000 views per month. And in international news, Starbucks was scathing Tuesday in its criticism of the Seattle City Council, which on Monday unanimously passed a controversial tax on big businesses to help fund affordable housing and fight homelessness. The coffee giant is just one of an estimated 585 Seattle-based employers that will be hit by the so-called head tax. Those companies represent about 3% of all Seattle businesses, according to council estimates, with each bringing in an annual revenue of $20 million or more in the city. Under the tax, Starbucks, Amazon, and others will have to pay $275 a year for every full-time employee working in Seattle for the next 5 years. The council estimates that the tax will raise roughly $47 million a year on average. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Gatterly.
I'm Corvell Pyfrom. On this BTC Connection, we look at the support our company has given to Bahamas Carnival. Now into its 4th year, BTC's commitment to this highly anticipated yearly event remains as strong as ever.
Well, we're actually a major sponsor of the weekend event, which is the Carnival Experience event. What it means for BTC is the fact that we enjoy just watching individuals, Bahamians, develop their entrepreneurial spirit. They're now becoming leaders of groups, so it's developing their leadership skills. It's allowing them to develop their creativity. So you see all the wonderful and vibrant costumes. Every year it gets bigger, it gets better, it gets more creative. That is the benefits for BTC.
You know, we're going to continue to grow. We're growing with the company, with the culture. We're growing with the community, and we're connecting people. That's what we expect to do. We expect to do it better every year. This year has been very good. We're really happy with the results so far. Next year, we've got some surprises, some excellent things happening with BTC next year.
Once again, BTC, the company you know and trust, helping to make Bahamas Carnival a smashing success. I'm Corvell Pyfrom, and we'll see you next BTC Carnival Connection.
Every island and every key, keep in touch with everybody. It's BTC every day. Every day.
We start with a yes, but when life takes unexpected turns, you can still say yes to more. The Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard credit card gives you points with every purchase that you can use to travel anywhere. Fly on any airline, anywhere, and anytime, with no blackout dates. Plus, with just 20,000 Scotia points, you can say yes to destinations. With Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard credit card, it's easier to say yes to everything. Apply today.
First Care is an absolute game changer for thousands of Bahamians who do not have major medical insurance, and it also serves as a supplementary plan for those who may have high deductibles on their existing major medical. First Care is incredibly affordable, but for our Alive subscribers, you get an even deeper discount. Our Silver subscribers receive a 10% discount. Our Gold subscribers receive a 15% discount, and our Platinum subscribers receive a 20% discount. We're excited to be a part of Alive's rewards program because this is a new and innovative way for us to reach our customers.
Bahamian urologist Dr. Gregory Pinto performing another pioneering surgery in the Bahamas, implanting an artificial urethral sphincter. He says this procedure treats moderate to severe stress urinary incontinence, mostly in male patients. According to statistics, less than 8% of North American and European doctors can perform this procedure. The laparoscopic surgeon returned to the Bahamas last year and performed the same surgery on a 15-year prostate cancer survivor.
There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of Bahamian men who have no control of their bladder because they have non-functional sphincter muscle. And unfortunately, they either live their life on a catheter or they live their life on an adult diaper, which is no way to live. So the technology exists. It's a complex device. It's an expensive device. It might cost as much as $14,000, but it is an innovative device that's now available in the Bahamas. This is the second such operation that I've done that can give you your self-esteem, your confidence. You can be continent. So you don't have to be on the adult diapers, you don't have to be on a catheter, and you can have full activities without any worry about a leaking of urine at all.
Now, Dr. Pindo says he's dedicated to training, traveling to South Africa, India, Germany, and France, working alongside prominent doctors who have performed heart and penile transplants. He says he's happy to be able to provide such a service here in the Bahamas.
I've gone throughout the world to try to bring cutting-edge technology and innovative surgery to the Bahamas so that patients don't have to go to Cleveland Clinic. They don't have to go to Johns Hopkins. They don't have to travel abroad to get first-class cutting-edge technology in terms of urological service.
For the past 7 years, Sandilands Geriatric Hospital has held its annual Push-a-thon to promote healthy aging. The Rotary Club of Nassau has partnered with Sandilands Geriatrics Unit by donating wheelchairs. President of the Club of East Nassau, Hope Seeley, says this year they gave 12 wheelchairs to the Adolescent and Child Care Unit because of the great need there.
We're happy to partner with Sandilands Adolescent and Child Care Center in donating 10 children's wheelchairs for their use, and this is done from the Rotary Club of East Nassau as a donation that we've partnered with the Bahamas Association for the Physically Disabled with, and I'm going to let Bob say a little bit about that.
The donation that the Rotary gives Bahamas Association for the Physically Disabled, we buy about 110 wheelchairs and donate them to people of need in the Bahamas.
Winston Gator, three-time Push-a-thon winner, says he's grateful for the wheelchair Sandilands received because it allows him to regain his independence.
When I reached Sandilands, I couldn't do most of the things I can do now. I'm really rehabilitated now. I can do just about everything for myself. So I am glad that I'm here in Sandilands, that I can do these things for myself. So I can go back home now any day and be a use around the home.
Managing pain can be tricky, especially if you don't know what to do to ease that pain or who to call. Well, in tonight's Who Do You Call segment, C.S. Gatterly introduces you to a newly opened healthcare facility which specializes in pain management.
Daily, many Bahamians are forced to deal with pain, and managing it can be tough. Well, Spectrum Health Center, located on Rose Lane in Palmdale, is one of several options that specializes in pain management, whether it's acute or chronic.
We're trying to establish here for our pain management something that not only are we the medication for pain, we're talking about counseling, we're talking about, because a lot of times, sometimes the pain can be alleviated through maybe counseling or other options that has nothing to do necessarily with medication, massage therapy, all of those other entities that can help towards managing your pain. Even as simple as knowing what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to position yourself, how to pick up something from the ground, how to sit, how to sleep. Those sort of things help with managing pain.
Dr. Juanita Pratt is the operations manager. The newly opened, multifaceted healthcare facility includes pediatric care and a surgical suite with 2 operating theaters.
So if you have any minor procedures that need to that you need to have, we do offer the ability or offer that. So you can come in as a day patient, have it done, and then go home that same day. We have a C-arm, so certain cases, instead of going to have an x-ray, you can actually, in the actual surgery, they can actually visualize certain things and actually, proceed with the procedure if not, or decide how to proceed with the procedures. So we have those.
For more information, call them at 603-1410. But if you have any other consumer-related issues, call me at 502-3871, and together we'll figure out who to call. C.S. Gatterly, ZNS Network News.
Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Renward Wells, will announce significant progress in the area of food, health and safety during his appearance on a local television show, Nation Building, which airs tonight. According to Minister Wells, the Bahamas Agriculture, Health and Food Safety Authority is well on its way to being able to issue phytosanitary certificates, the same certificates issued by the American Food and Drug Administration. Being able to issue these certificates is expected to better facilitate the export of food products from the Bahamas. Be sure to stay tuned right after the Bahamas Tonight at 8 o'clock to hear more from the Agriculture Minister on the talk show Nation Building, again at 8 o'clock here on ZNS. Well, stay tuned. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, your news leader. We'll be back after this.
Know how you can save more money, save more time, earn more interest, and have more for the future? The solution is an account from Fidelity Bank. With our ASU Savings, fixed deposits, and preferred client program, you can get free financial advice from our team of experts, competitive interest rates, and free online banking for simple and safe banking anytime, anywhere. Open a fixed deposit or savings account with Fidelity by visiting a branch today. Get into the rhythm of saving with Fidelity. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Whether you call her mom, mummy, or mama, nothing compares to a mother's love. And at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets, we salute mothers with great specials like Bluebird Juices 46-ounce can, $3.29. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, 89 cents per pound. Value Time foam plates, 30 count, 2 for $3. Pine Sol cleaners, 28-ounce size, $2.99. Green peppers, $1.59 per pound. Pepperidge Farm cakes, 19-ounce size, $4.99. Thanks, Mom, from Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
If you own a portfolio of securities within a brokerage account, like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, you can access a hassle-free loan, known as a margin loan, based on the value of that portfolio. Your investment portfolio is essentially used as collateral for a cash loan. And the benefits are numerous. Simple and straightforward application, quick turnaround, a more competitive interest rate, no requirement for monthly payments. Contact us for more information on margin loans.
Move forward, Bahamas, and build high into the sky. Move upward and colorize those new walls. Move onward and build a garden to last a lifetime. Move together and settle into that new home. There's a lot of places you can do it for yourself, but there's one place to do it right. Builders Mall. We know exactly what motto you live by, and even the pros know building is just a part of what we do. So move forward, Bahamas. And remember, you can find it all at Builders Mall.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
Performance speaks for itself. Pennzoil Synthetics, made from natural gas. Make the switch.
We hope you enjoy the weather in your part of the Bahamas today. To take a look at how things were elsewhere, we check in with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Hey, Basil.
Hi, Keisha. The wet weather continues, but right now we're going to take a look at temperatures around the Family Islands, and they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 82 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, 82 in Greentoll, Key and Abaco, Marsh Harbor, Abaco at 81 degrees here in the capital, 79, Harbor Island, Eleuthera, 78 also in Roxanne, Eleuthera, Stanley Key at 80 degrees, 80 also in Kemps Bay, South Andrews, Fresh Creek and Central Andrews at 81 degrees. San Salvador, Rum Key, Artistown, Cat Island, Georgetown, Exuma, all at 80 degrees. 81 in Betsy Bay, Maguana, Crooked Island, 82, Clarencetown, Long Island, and Ragged Island reporting 82, Acklands at 81, Matthewtown, Inagua, 82 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 80 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, Vital King, and the Paint Center. In the northwest Bahamas, southeast winds can be expected, speeds around 12 to 18 knots. And your wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a moderate chop. High tide will take place at 7:45 this evening. For the central and southeastern islands, wind southeast as well, 15 to 25 knots. So we have an advisory in place for your boaters. Very rough sea conditions at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. Tomorrow in the northwest islands, wind southeast once again at 15 to 20 knots. Caution flags are up. Wave heights 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. The high tide will take place at 8:05 in the morning. Low tide occurring at 2:12 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands tomorrow, wind southeast 15 to 25 knots. That advisory continue with very rough conditions. So we're advising small boaters in the central and southeastern Bahamas to stay in port if you can't do it otherwise. And then Thursday in the northwestern islands, caution flags once again with that persistent southeasterly flow. Speeds 15 to 20 knots. Wave heights choppy at 4 to 7 feet. High tide 8:55 in the morning. The low tide at 3:02 in the afternoon. And once again, advisories remain in place for the central and southeastern islands on Thursday. 15 to 25 knots out of the southeast, with those wave heights continuing at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It is time now for your travel forecast. And your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your travel forecast brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is coming up in about 20 minutes.
Welcome to Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Sexually transmitted infections, or STIs, are infections you can get by having sex with someone who has an infection. These infections are usually passed from person to person through sex. They can also be passed through anal sex, oral sex, or skin-to-skin contact. STIs can be caused by viruses or bacteria. STIs caused by viruses include hepatitis B, herpes, HIV, and the human papillomavirus, or HPV. STIs caused by bacteria include chlamydia, gonorrhea, and syphilis. If you have ever had sex, you may be at risk for having an STI. Your risk is higher if you have had many sex partners, have had sex with someone who has had many partners, or have had sex without using condoms. Common signs or symptoms include itching around the genitals, discharge from the genitals, pain during sex or when urinating, pain in the pelvic area, sore throats in people who have oral sex, pain in or around the anus for people who have anal sex, chancre sores or painless red sores on the genital area, anus, tongue, and or throat, a scaly rash on the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet, dark urine, loose light-colored stools and yellow eyes and skin, swollen glands, fever and body aches, unusual infections, unexplained fatigue, night sweats, and weight loss, soft flesh-colored warts around the genital area. The only sure way to prevent STIs is by not having sex. If you have sex, you can lower your risk of getting an STI by only having sex with someone who isn't having sex with anyone else and doesn't have an STI. See your doctor if you're at risk for having an STI, if you have any of the symptoms, or if you have concerns about whether you have one. STIs can cause serious health problems if left untreated. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
Life happens, and when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today, or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
Bounty and Charmin will have you winning and grinning.
Yes!
Buy these products and enter to win these prizes.
Nice!
Win and grin with Bounty and Charmin today.
The Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited, under the theme Transforming Dreams into Reality, presents the 38th Annual General Meeting, Friday, May 25th, 6 p.m. at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel. Various issues will be addressed. Eligible members wishing to run for vacant positions on the Board of Directors or the Supervisory or Credit Committees should visit the union offices in Nassau or Freeport to complete the related forms by Friday, May 18th. Interested members are also invited to attend. Refreshments will be served.
What's a smart way to refresh your home this season? Get inspired by Carpet and Cabinet World. See how easy it is to transform your living room and kitchen with our wide variety of flooring and cabinet options. We offer top quality in the latest styles in ceramic, porcelain, and wood. Did you know we're also fully stocked with state-of-the-art forward horizontal blinds? Stop by Cabinet World to explore the exciting possibilities with our customized cabinetry to suit your budget, style, and taste. Carpet and Cabinet World. We make it happen. Get your free quote today.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Tuesday. The women's national basketball team putting in work ahead of their regional qualifier. The team welcomed professional player Waltia Roll to practice on Monday. After reviewing her schedule, Roll decided to give it a run on the national level. She's one of two professional players. Jonquel Jones is the second.
Bahamas Senior Women's now preparing for the first ever Caribbean Women's World Cup. Normally it would have been called the CBC, which is the Caribbean Championship, Basketball Championships, and they've now changed the name to the Caribbean World Cups, Women's World Cups. And so as you can see behind me, the senior women's team is preparing for that tournament, which is going to be taking place in Suriname, starting June 17th through the 21st. Most of the girls are beginning to come home slowly but surely. As you can see, we got Waltia Roll behind us is in practice. You got Leasia Grant just came home from school, is in practice. Pamela Bettel is to come. You know, we got Valerie Nesbitt is on her way. And, you know, not taking nothing away from some of the girls who are here already. And I think the coaching staff with Wade Watson and Varel Davis is doing a tremendous job along with Antoine Francis to try and prepare them. And I think that these girls are going to do pretty well.
The 2018 NBA lottery draft got underway a few minutes ago. Bahamians are watching to see which team will get the first pick, which is expected to go to the Phoenix Suns. The Suns were expected to be rewarded the first pick after producing the worst record in the league this season. Memphis Grizzlies, Dallas Mavericks, Atlanta Hawks, and Orlando Magic round out the top 5 teams. Now, Bahamian DeAndre Ayton is expected to go in the first round as one of the top picks. The women's national volleyball team also preparing for their regional tournament. Covance Mortimer was named head coach of the team. Mortimer, who has coached on the collegiate level at St. Augustine's University in Raleigh, North Carolina, said he is still waiting on some of the core players to return home to get a fair assessment on how the team look.
We're in the infant style stage right now with our practices. We were actually in the midst of waiting for a lot of our collegiate players to come back home, which they have. Some of the graduations had happened over the past weekend. So we're almost to, full fare.
Algernon Cargill, president of the Bahamas Aquatic Federation, continues to brag about the accomplishments seen during his tenure. The most recent achievements include the Carifta Swimming Championship, the 4th in 5 years for Team Bahamas, the Water Polo Championships, and the times posted by swimmers at the recently held Commonwealth Games.
It's unprecedented. We are the only federation in the Bahamas, as well as the Caribbean, to win Carifta 4 out of the last 5 years. And that's not an easy feat. I can tell you, when I first became president of the federation, we were coming 5th and 6th in Carifta. And through our strategy and the hard work of our athletes and coaches, we're now able to claim the Carifta title 4 out of 5 times in the last 4 to 5 in the last 5 years. But the atmosphere is very positive, and the swimmers are all excited.
Coaches honoring student athletes at Freedom Baptist for their accomplishments this sporting season. Here's Jonathan Benson with the report.
The Freedom Baptist Academy Warriors holding a celebration on Tuesday at the school's campus on Palmdale Avenue. It was all about highlighting the success of students and, more specifically, student athletes.
Most of them are on the basketball team who did well athletically and with their academics. So we just want to put them out there and just show our country the hard work and dedication of these young people. Most of the time, in the news, you just look at the negativity of the young people, so we just wanted to give them the opportunity to shine some good light around the country.
Compared to other schools around the capital, Freedom Baptist is fairly small, and so it's pretty impressive what they've been able to accomplish.
For a small school, less than 60 students, we have a lot of trophies. So for the senior girls this year, I think we have 3 or 4 under our belt for this year. And the junior girls were 2nd place in Father Martin tournament, and that's the first time they made history.
In the association for the small schools, the BSA, we've been one of the top teams in the junior girls and the primary boys divisions for the last few years, and we had some strong runs in the Father Martin and the Hoyts tournament back in Freeport.
Freedom Baptist has even higher goals moving forward, but they are going to need some help along the way.
We would like more support from the public because we have a small school. We currently don't have a bus, but we are in every tournament, and we drop the kids to the basketball tournaments, and afterwards we drop them home because some of their parents are still working. So we are involved in all these different things with the kids, and we try to have them to be on top and in academics and athletics.
Jonathan Benson, ZNS Total Sports.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. Ambajal Knowles has all the details from Monday's sudden death game for the junior boys baseball title in the GSSSA. Here's his report.
Well, despite the inclement weather, the GSSA hosted their Sudden Death Softball and Baseball Championships yesterday, and the atmosphere was intense. In the first game, the Junior Girls Championship was up for grabs, and after an hour-long battle, the LW Young Eagles edged out the AFLD Tigers 15-11. Eagles coach Chanel Tony.
The two best team in the league was us and AFLD. We had beaten them before, but you never count a team down because once you beat someone, they have something to prove. And I told my girls, it ain't over until it's over. Our goal was to go for championship, and that was the end result at the end of the day.
The second game was not that much of a contest as the HO Nash Lions routed T.A. Thompson. Jake the Junior boys crowned the score 15-3. MVP Sanchez Sands and co-captain Romeo Roll.
It feels good, you know. Thank God again. 4 straight. All the hard work paid off, and you know, we'll hopefully me and this guy go far in the future. And everybody hit well. We went around the bottom order a few times. He gave me a pitch, and I eat it up. I was able to hit it out of the park. But other than that, everybody was able to feel good. They batted good, and you know, overall, I just thank God for the win.
Over in Senior Girls, the rain made for a wet affair and added to the drama of the game between CB Bethel and C.R. Walker, but thanks to some good late-game pitching, the Stingrays managed to secure the championship with a 7-6 win. MVP Felicia Bethel.
That was a very good game. I mean, even though we made a couple bad shows, but, you know, we was in there.
And finally, in Senior Boys, C.R. Walker defeated GHS 14-4 to secure the Senior Boys title, conclude this year's GSSA softball and baseball season. Tariq Fowler was named MVP. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Thank you so much, Amajal. Well, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Kelsey Johnson.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
It's the month of May Mother's Day Prize Palooza. Just buy these products and enter to win great gift cards or cash for your mom. There'll be 2 winners every week in the month of May Mother's Day Prize Palooza.
The Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited, under the theme Transforming Dreams into Reality, presents the 38th Annual General Meeting, Friday, May 25th, 6 p.m. at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel. Various issues will be addressed. Eligible members wishing to run for vacant positions on the Board of Directors or the Supervisory or Credit Committees should visit the union offices in Nassau or Freeport to complete the related forms by Friday, May 18th. Interested members are also invited to attend. Refreshments will be served.
BTC is giving the gift of rollover data, plus free unlimited WhatsApp calls, texts, pictures, and videos. Choose from our 1-day plan for $349, 7-day plan for $999, or a 15-day plan for only $29.99. We've even thrown in unlimited BTC to BTC calls and texts. Dial *203# to activate your plan today. Share every moment with BTC. Terms and conditions apply.
Minister D'Aguilar, now the Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands. What are your summer vacation plans?
I'm going to go to the Family Islands of the Bahamas to bring tourism back to our family of islands.
And there's no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the Family Islands from Nassau. Let's go. Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the Family Islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com today.
Hey, I'm Megan Shepard, a reporter here at the ZNS Northern Service. Did you know that ZNS is right at your fingertips when you download the new ZNS app? Missed something in our newscast? That's okay. Simply pull up the app, swipe, and you'll find all of our news headlines and highlights. So what are you waiting for? Download the new ZNS app today.
Food. It is as essential as air is to breathe and water is to drink. Food is life. But where does our food come from? The Bahamas has more than 2,000 farmers, but it's hardly enough to keep up with our growing population. Or is it? We traveled the nation to find out the answers to the questions everyone is asking. Can we feed ourselves?
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, as we look at our satellite picture, we still have that low-pressure system spinning in the Gulf of Mexico, continues to fuel tropical moisture over the northwest and central parts of the Bahamas, and that means you can anticipate occasional showers and thunderstorms, some of which will be heavy at times right through Friday. We perhaps get a little break on Saturday morning, but some more showers will return in the afternoon as a result of yet another system. Tonight, we are looking at partly cloudy conditions with showers and thunderstorms remaining in the forecast, low temperature getting down to 74 degrees. And tomorrow, it's going to be mostly cloudy again with showers and thunderstorms heavy at times, particularly in the late morning and early afternoon hours. High temperature getting up to about 85 degrees. Extended weather forecast over the next 7 days. As you can see, the wet stuff remaining with us right into Friday, even though we're showing you cloudy conditions on Saturday with showers. As I said, Saturday morning, you could have a little break there, but in the late afternoon, showers will once again roll back in as a result of a mid-level trough, which we expect to move over the northwest Bahamas. Thereafter on Sunday, things clearing out a bit nicely heading into the early part of next week, when we'll see an abundance of sunshine, something that we have not seen for a little while. So hopefully we'll get a little break from the rains. And I think someone very special celebrates a birthday tonight.
Yes, we got a couple of birthdays tonight.
Do you care to share with us who that lucky person is?
Well, we would like to wish happy birthday to Mr. Hugh Roach, Pastor Hugh Roach, from his daughter Opal Roach, and all of his adopted children here at ZNS, as well as my godchild Zanir Hillary. She celebrated her 15th birthday on Sunday, so it's a happy belated birthday to her as well.
We don't know how old Pastor Roach is, and Opal didn't want to tell us.
Opal didn't want to tell us.
We're not
to reveal
sure
her age.
what the motive of that is.
Right.
Exactly.
I told the whole Bahamas because she didn't want to tell the Bahamas her age.
Well, happy birthday all around to everyone celebrating today. Hope you had a great day. That does it for us in the Bahamas tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, thanks so much for looking in. Have a good night.
Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartend, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS.
Quick, I'm on television. I don't have a TV in here.
We have Wi-Fi though.
We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone.
You just have to download the app. All right, hold on.
Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up before it's over good.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS Radio Network